we have so many random things to discuss with this episode. I'm going to start off with a story from when I was in 8th grade and I first learned about hentai. We had computer class and we would all go down to a computer lab. There would be a woman teacher who pretty much, she didn't really do anything. She just kind of put us on this program called Mavis Beacon, which taught you how to type. And everyone was, you remember that type of thing? Yeah.
Yeah, just some bullshit.
Yeah, it was like a type simulator. So that's what we were supposed to be doing. But once everyone realized how to access the internet, back in my day, once we realized how to access the internet, we all just decided to do ridiculous shit. And one kid, it's always the one kid who you don't even know how he found out about this type of thing, but kids bring shit with them to school and they know how to prank harder than anyone else. So he would just go around and like, yo, bro, type in Dragon Moon X on your computer and see what happens. And at the time, we were already big into Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and Toonami and all of that stuff. So we'd all type in Dragon Moon X. I'm talking about everybody. Like pretty much everyone in the class was down with it. Like there was no one who wasn't trying to type in Dragon Moon X and see what happened. And it immediately pulled up the first ever hentai that I've seen in my life at the tender age of 13. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Fucking Vegeta banging Sailor
Mars, whatever.
Frieza. I was like, oh, so Frieza is the guy. He just had a fucking long ass penis just going in on Sailor Venus. Then there'd be gangbangs and shit with Goku, Vegeta, and Krillin, all on just Sailor Pluto. And I'm like, what is happening? And so I had to always pay for that site. I remember back in the day, and there was a button for free tour. This was
dude. That was the old internet fucking classic. There would be all kinds of websites like that. It would be like just a bunch of random shit or like hentai sites
and shit. Every time.
And every time you go to the site, there's like flashing buttons and stuff. And there'd be a free tour button. And the free tour button, it would show you like 10 images. And then like full access, and it's $9.99 or whatever a month.
Yeah, whatever the price was, and no one ever paid it because
no one ever paid that. I mean, I guess someone did, but
someone did because the site stayed alive for a long time actually. Yeah, but no one that I know actually paid for it. I mean, we were kids, so we didn't have credit cards at the time. We didn't have access to credit cards.
There was one kid though. Remember how in Odd Taxi, the one guy stole his dad's credit card to buy the eraser? There was some kid that got his ass whooped.
Yes, I'm sure that there was at least one person, but no one was going to admit it in our class. Everyone thought it was just so funny. So we're all laughing, and the teacher walks around and she sees it. She goes crazy, obviously, and she makes. We were
in a Catholic school, right?
Yeah, I went to Catholic school. I went to a school called St. Thomas Aquinas.
So that lady was off her shit.
Oh yeah, she was super just like losing her mind and telling everybody to log off because there was a virus going on because we all said that it popped up on our computer.
That's so funny.
We're all just lying. And so here's the cool thing about the story though. We do this, right? We all do this sort of a prank unintentionally. We all have it up on our screens. She tells everybody to log out or whatever, right? And the next computer lab, I don't know if it was the next day or maybe the next week, but the next computer lab, she stepped out of the class and left her computer unlocked. Big mistake. And one of the more brazen students in my class, his name was Andre, he decided to go to her computer and he went to put in Dragon Moon X and everything like that. When he came back to the regular seats, like with the regular computers and everything like that, he put it on her computer. So when she came back, obviously she knew it was up. But when we talked to him later, he was like, it's weird because when I went to type in Dragon Moon X in her, the top search engine browser thing, it already was there.
It autofilled?
It autofilled with Dragon Moon X. And he was like, she must have been fucking looking at it because it just had like history of the website.
That's amazing.
So I just thought that was so interesting. I never looked at her the same way. I was like, man, after we showed her that, she must have been curious and decided to start looking into it. Or maybe she, for all I fucking know, she paid for it after that and just started watching it herself. Like, I don't know what kind of...
On one end, she could have got the freak virus in her and she could have looked it up. But on the other end, maybe she was just like, what is this? And she went to just type it in and find out.
Yeah.
But I don't give a fuck what any of y'all say, right? I've been having this argument for years with people. Okay?
What's about to happen?
Anime is a weird place. You can find weird things in anime, hentai, etc.
I love anime.
Okay,
we love anime. This is the IMNerdpodcast.
So I got an argument with somebody. So there's something in anime called a futanari. All right, from here on out, I'm just going to say futa. What that means for the uneducated is it's a girl, full-on, complete female, but she has a penis, okay? Now, a bunch of people I know have said that's gay. And my argument was this. It's actually less gay than straight porn. Let me explain. So,
how the fuck are you about to spin this?
Listen, if you have a girl, titties, everything, girl body, and she's got a penis, and then she, with her real penis, fucks another girl, right? And she's just normal, complete, regular girl, right? It's at least 25% less gay than straight, because straight porn, there's a guy and a girl, so it's 50% gay.
A guy's missionary fucking a girl in straight porn, you see his ass going up and he's basically twerking in your face.
In this case, you're watching, you get to see a nice, beautiful girl ass going missionary on another girl.
Day,
and it's
I want
insane.
One day I want straight guys to admit that they don't look away. And the straight guy's ass is going up and down in some veg.
That's why I'm saying straight porn is at least 50% gay. but the girl with the anime girl with a penis fucking another anime girl is only 25% gay. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to convert people to my side. I've been having this argument for years with people.
This is good. You're one of those people. You're a fucking snake oil salesman. Like, you can really sell Raid to a roach, I feel like, because no matter what, Kenny always has some logic that it might not be the best logic, but it's reasonable enough where you hear him out and you're like, okay, I get where you're coming from. And the longer you listen to him, the more you start to come to his side. No pun intended.
Yeah, baby.
So it's just, I don't know. I get what you mean. Like, I instantly, because I'm way more accepting of like pretty much anyone's sexual preferences. I genuinely don't give a fuck what other people do in the bedroom. I know exactly what I like. And like, I don't care if people don't like I don't care how people feel about it, and I don't care what they do. I genuinely don't care. As long as, again, consenting adults, I don't give a fuck. You can like women who have penises, you can like men who have vaginas, you can like anything in between. I literally don't care. It's fine. But yes, it is a very interesting world out there. But sex positivity is awesome. Like, it's just awesome to be able to have an open discussion about these types of things and it not be weird. What is not okay though, and I'm about to kink shame.
Oh, no.
So if you guys have been following Johnny Depp's case with his ex-girlfriend Amber Heard, I believe that she's in the Aquaman movies.
She is.
But
she got the red hair. I forgot her name.
Yeah, I don't know her name either. Maybe Mara, but maybe not.
Yeah, it is Mara. It is Mara.
Okay, only reason I said that is because of DC deck building game, by the way, Kenny. So so she plays Mara in Aquaman, and I believe the second one is supposed to be coming soon, but then there's all these petitions to have her removed. It came out, I want to say a week or two ago, that she shit in his bed.
Oh, no.
She just fully took a shit in his bed. Now, I don't know the context. I don't know if maybe it was a fart that she trusted and she shouldn't have, and it was like, oh, fuck. I don't know if she intentionally shit it on his bed on some, like, I'm into this type of thing, fuck me on top of my own feces. I'm not sure exactly what made her shit in Johnny Depp's bed. I know that he didn't deserve that, and I feel like her case should be thrown out. Whatever the fuck she's trying to get through. No, I'm kidding on that part. I don't know. If he actually abused her, then he needs to go to jail. But
from what I've heard, I don't follow it super close because I try to stay out of the gossip.
Me too. I just don't care enough.
They've both abused each other.
Oh, yeah. Well, I did see something this week that said there was a tape. He recorded her saying, no one's going to believe you. You're a man. And even though I did like fuck you up, like I physically assaulted you, no one's going to believe a man got beat up by a girl. So like, go off, King, basically. She was just, and in so many words, that's what she was saying in the recording that I heard. I just summarized it the best I could, but that's what she was saying. This isn't enough for me to feel like this woman should be blackballed from Hollywood for the rest of her life. I don't think that her domestic abuse or whatever she partook in with Johnny Depp is, again, as long as it's not anything involving children and stuff like that, because that's where I kind of draw the line. Like,
that's the thing. It sounds like the relationship was really toxic, and it sounds like they were both toxic to each other. And it's like, that's them. They're divorced. They got divorced like 3 years ago. Like, they're separated. Married. Yeah, as far as I know, they were married. They got divorced. Okay. I think they got married in like, I want to say I heard 2015, and they were divorced. I want to say in 2017. I don't know if that's correct, but whatever.
The dates don't matter.
You know, and then they've had these legal trouble. But the point is, like, some relationships don't work for people, right? Like, if somebody cheats on their wife and then they get divorced, I don't think that person should be blackballed from the industry.
Shitting in my bed is where I draw the line.
Shit in my bed, but that's why you're leaving.
That is like honestly, I would have divorced her. I don't know if he stayed with her after that. It kind of sounds like they were still together after that, but that would have been the last straw for me because there's just really no excuse. Like the only thing I could think of is that they were really high. Because I know sometimes people get so fucking high that they lose control of their bowels and things like that.
Yeah.
Or when you are trying to detox from drugs, a lot of times people go through withdrawal, and that also makes them shit on themselves.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was one of those two things. I have no idea. Again, I don't know the context of why she did it. I just know that the headlines everywhere was that this woman shit in his bed. And for people who are into that, you're nasty.
Dude, I had a friend.
That's my one kink shame right there, is that shitting in the bed is just disgusting.
I had a friend one time. I remember we were talking. This was once again on the stream, and we were talking about like our dream girl. Like, what's the hottest girl? Like, what's your number one girl like in Hollywood or whatever?
Yeah.
And everybody said like whatever their answer was. And this was a while back. I remember he said Amber Heard. He was like talking about Amber Heard and like, how hot she was, and like he fucking loves her, all this other shit, right? But then a couple years later, like after this info started to come out, I remember we were talking about it again, and I brought it up. I was like, oh yeah, I remember blah blah blah, and he was like, I never said that, and I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, I never said that.
Oh no.
He was like, no, really, I don't remember ever saying that. I was like, dog, I have video of it. Like,
yeah, like you went out for Amber.
He was like, no, I never said that. And like, it didn't sound like he was joking either. I was like, you need to stop.
He was serious.
I was like,
no. Hey guys, if you like this clip, we have full video versions of our podcast episodes available on the IMNerd Patreon, as well as exclusive content.
If you'd like to listen to our full podcast episodes or find us on any other social media platforms, you can do so by clicking the link tree below.